I've really enjoyed coming out to your classrooms and seeing you teach. I thought this might be a great time for me to go over some of the things that are here in Livetext for you and give you some ideas. This purpose and guidelines section is there for you to read. It's an overview. And then when you click on introduction, it will take you to the introduction. Here is where you need to put in a picture of yourself and an overview of the contents of your portfolio. So when you finish, you could go back and do the overview, but you can start with just putting a picture in. The next thing I want to show you is where you put the forms that I've been filling out when I come out to observe you. They're right here under Content Implementation, Formative Observations of Teaching. So in order to put those in here, you would click Edit under Observations, and then you would come over here to File, Attachments, or Image, and insert. If I send you a PDF, you can insert that image, or if you have the scanned in form, you could insert it as a file. And then you save and finish. I'm just going to cancel because I'm not going to change anything. So the next thing that you would do in this content implementation, it took us back to the purpose, but after you put the form that I filled out on you here, over here in the artifacts section, you would put the lesson plan that you did, and you just click on edit and do the same thing there. This next section, content implementation lessons, is a large section, and I'm going to show you how we can fix something in here if it doesn't really apply to us. For example, you have all lessons, then you have the number sense standards here, and it says artifact K through 2 number and numeration lesson. Well, that's fine if you're doing your number and numeration lesson in K through 2. But if you're doing a 3 through 5 number sense lesson, then you would click on edit. And then you would come over here and change it to what you want it to be. So for example, let's say I was doing a 3 through 5 number sense lesson. And then here I would put in my text if I wanted to put in text here. And I would put in my image or my file if I wanted to do image or file. And then I would do save and finish. So you see how this is going to change the heading because it wasn't the right heading. And then down here you're going to put in your reflection on how this artifact meets these standards. Okay. Here's the geometry strand, and then you have your geometry lesson. The same thing applies here. If you're doing a K through 2 geometry lesson, you would edit and change this title to be something else. And then you would put your reflection. Here's data analysis and probability, problem solving. And again, it might be a K through 2 or it might be a 3 through 5. Here there's a spot for 2. Remember, we're going to do problem solving in 2 different grade bands. But if you want to change these, you can go ahead and change them as long as you meet the standards. Now here is the algebra strand, and then you're going to have your artifact and your reflection. And then down here, measurement lesson and reflection. You notice this measurement and this algebra is not necessarily attached to a grade band. Then here's your interdisciplinary lesson that goes in here. This is the standard that we're going to work with. Candidates recognize, use, and make connections between and among mathematical ideas and in contexts outside of mathematics to build mathematical understanding. So I had some questions about that. So it's math with other areas of math or math outside of math? Okay, so that is a long section. But you've been working on that all along. Okay, the next thing is collaborative interdisciplinary, and I'm gonna start the next video on this with collaborative interdisciplinary, but I'm running out of time on my 5 minutes. So catch me for part 2. Okay, bye-bye.